Hello everyone, welcome to the new day and new vlog. I hope you have watched yesterday's vlog and enjoyed it. Today I'll be going to the foreign registration office in Kaiserslautern for my residence permit extension. So I thought that I'll make a video about it, about my experience, so that I can share the relevant informations, that whatever I'll get to know I'll try to tell you or transfer the same information to you. And it's a kind of walk-in appointment for me. So let's see how it goes. So my bus is finally here. So from Uni West I have to go to Start Meta bus stop. So I've finally reached Start Meta from this bus, and now I'll go towards the foreign registration office. I also don't know if my residence permit will be extended or not, since it's a walk-in appointment, but let's try. See, you can see different buses here. I'll go from this end. One can also notice the Rathaus building where I came for my city registration. I'll also put the link of city registration video, my experience, so you can watch that video as well in the description. I'll mention it, but let's go towards our destination. Now I came from this end and I have to go to the other side to the foreign registration office. See, from here now we came to this side. You can read these boards as well, and now we have to move forward. So this is also one of the entrance, but we have to go from the back side. Here you can also notice some people who are still waiting to enter. See, so here we are, and there are quite good amount of people, waiting in the line ahead of us for the foreign registration office to open, because it opens at 7:30. Finally the gate is open now. It's almost 7:30 now. You can see the people have started moving. I came here around 7 o'clock. See, now you can see the gate as well. From here we have to enter. Here you can see the board as well, and the timings are also mentioned here, which I said like 7:30, and it's still 12 o'clock. Finally we are inside here. It's almost 7:52 around, and we are right now waiting in the line. And now we are right here. We are waiting to go to the information point to ask the query or for the walk-in appointment. So it's 8:36 right now, and here I'm sitting. So when I went to the information center, they were calling people one by one. So when my turn came, I went inside and told them my situation, that I want to extend my residence permit. So she assigned me, the person who was sitting there told me that we can give you a time of 9 a.m. of today itself. So you can wait outside, means in the waiting area, and then someone will call your name around that time. So it's good that I got the walk-in appointment at 9 a.m. today. And this is the place where I'm sitting right now. It's almost 9 o'clock. So once my appointment is done, then we'll talk. Finally, my appointment is done, and I came out of this place. As you can see, it's written regarding the office. You can say it as a foreigners registration office. I use the short term foreign registration office, but yeah, it has means multiple names in different language, but the bureau or the meaning is almost the same. Like here it's written Foreign Citizens Bureau, and also Ausländer Behörde. So my appointment is done, and now if I show you, this is the entrance, and there was a line up there till that point, and there I was standing when I came. So I reached the Start Meta bus stop around 7 o'clock, and then I came here. You must have seen I was standing there, and I showed you the glimpse of people who were in the line, and now there is no line as visible. Also, one more thing, the gate opened around 7:30, because that is the time that is mentioned there, and my appointment that was given to me was at 9 a.m. Right now it is around 9:41 a.m. So now we'll go back. To give you an idea, see, this is the area, as I showed you when I was coming, that there is one entrance from this side as well. You can see there it is, because I remember when the first time I came for my residence permit extension, then I entered from this end. See here, and I got certain details, some queries I had, which I clarified with them. So I'll try to share those informations, those details, so that if you also want to extend your residence permit, then what are the documents which are required, what is the cost, all these points we'll discuss. First, let's reach home. So see, we have to cross the road from here, because we have to go to the bus stop to take the bus, and this is our Rathaus building. So finally I have crossed the road, and I have to go towards the Start Meta bus stop. See, from here, such a good weather right now. Here you can see different bus stops, and I have to go to the BF bus stop, and we can notice the Kaiserslautern as well right in front of us. And right next to this beautiful fountain, you can see that we can see this 115 bus which can go to Uni. So we'll take this bus. So this is the bus which I have to take right now. The doors are closed. I think it will open in some time, because it will depart in maybe 10 minutes. Till that time, if I talk about why I'm making this vlog in English, so I've talked about this. I'll put that video link in the description as well. You can watch that video in the meantime. So not this one. That is the bus that we have to take for the university. So finally I'm in the bus. Let's reach home. And I reached Uni West, or you can say the student dorm area as well, where I have my apartment. Here you can notice the different student dorm buildings and a post wagon as well. I have to go to building 22. Although I reached my room and which student dorm is this, how this looks like, what is the cost. I've also talked about this in detail in one of the videos, so I'll put that video link in the description as well. You can watch that. Although now I have some meetings, some appointment to attend and some work to do, so I'm thinking that when I'll go to the university, then we'll connect from the university, because I wanted to practically show you that where I went at first to ask for the appointment, there is one foreigners registration office in university as well. So we'll see that, we'll talk step by step in detail, and then we'll also come to the experience part and details regarding today's walk-in appointment regarding residence permit extension. So finally the meetings are over and I am right here at the university. You can see building 36 behind me, and right behind that is building 47. So now from here I'll show you where is the foreigners registration office branch in the university, or you can say the Ausländer Behörde branch in the university. We'll see it and then we'll talk about details step by step. So now if I go from here, you can see one tier scooter is also here, and we have to go straight to the building 47 towards that direction. So we'll take these stairs, and if I rotate, then you can see the directions are also mentioned here. You can see the various buildings here, building 46, building 48, and straight is building 47. So we'll go there. So now we'll go straight. We are reaching towards our building 47. You can see that there is also one poster in which it's written, "How are you?" And let's see, you can notice that there is one TK signboard as well. And as I come close to this building 38, now here you can notice it's written Ausländer Behörde. Their start Kaiserslautern. So this is the office where one has to go regarding the residence permit query or the appointment in university. And here, if you look closely, you can see the time slots as well. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, at what time do they open and when you can go there, and what is the telephone number of the main office. So now here I came yesterday to ask regarding my residence permit query, that I want to extend my residence permit and to ask for the appointment. Now, if I tell you, then yesterday was June 11th, and the appointment that they gave me, or the next appointment that they said that is available, is of 20th of August. So I asked them that if there is any early appointment available or not, and they said that this is the earliest appointment that we can give to you, because many people ask for the appointment and it's reserved, so I somehow asked them that, can you give me an early appointment, maybe an early time, or maybe check again. I came here once again, but they said the appointments are still not free, so this is the appointment that you can get. But they also informed me that what you can do is you can go early in the morning and try for the walk-in appointment. Now when I came here, the thing was, they said that if you want to book an appointment, you have to fill the details. So I came here, they gave me a form where I mentioned my details, my mail ID as well. And as soon as I mentioned my details and I said that I want an appointment for residence permit extension, I'll also refer my mail so that I can tell you the exact detail. So as soon as I filled for the appointment, I received a mail where it's written that if you want to confirm, like you have a reserved appointment for Tuesday 20th of August 2024 at the campus branch, time 10:30, and you have chosen the following service, one times residence permit student extension. So if you want to confirm the appointment, you have to click a link within 1 hour. So I got a link so that I can confirm regarding the appointment that I booked here. So the first thing that one has to do is, even if you come here, you get a slot, but you will receive a notification, a mail as well, and you have to click, or you have to confirm the link to confirm your appointment. Also, it was mentioned you can delete the appointment by accessing the following link. So you have the option to confirm the appointment, or you have the option to delete the appointment. They send you the link. Now the thing is, as soon as I confirmed on mail, the next mail that I got instantly, maybe in some time, was regarding that, thank you for confirming your appointment on Tuesday, August 20, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. and the location is the university branch. And they again sent this, that if you are unable to attend the appointment, please let us know by clicking this link. But then they mentioned that please note that the following information for your concerns. Now what you need for residence permit student extension. So they send me some list of documents that I need. I'm referring to the mail so that I can tell you what documents are required and what I carried with me. I'll come to that point when I'll discuss about the walk-in appointment experience. So in the general requirements, it was written that your main residence, like residence proof, you have registered main residence in Kaiserslautern, your passport, a completed and signed application form, one recent biometric photo 35 mm by 45 mm, Additionally, for language courses or studies as well as for job search after graduation, you need certificate of enrollment completed by the department, proof of health insurance, proof of livelihood, for example, blocked account at a German bank, or the declaration of commitment on official form, or scholarship certificate or bank guarantee from a German bank, and in all cases, bank statements for the last 3 months. You can also pay the administration fee at the main office of the immigration office in cash or by EC card, maybe the foreigners registration office. You can pay by cash or by the EC card at the branch on the campus of the TU Kaiserslautern or the RPTU Kaiserslautern. Now you can only pay with an EC card. So this mail I got. So in that mail, as soon as I confirm the appointments, they send me the list of documents what I had to do or what I need to prepare for my appointment date. Now, one thing I want to mention here, that the mail that I received was in German. This is the translation that I was reading, because the mail sometimes automatically translate to the desired language, maybe English. So this is the translation, but I hope through this reading of my mail you get an idea that what kind of email will you receive, like similar email, and what kind of documents you need to have. Now we'll go to the next step, which is the walk-in appointment. So the thing is, as informed by Ausländerbehörde that you have this appointment or you can try for the walk-in appointment, I thought that since I'm getting appointment in August and that is not quite that feasible for me, so I'll try for the walk-in appointment. And it's like, if you want to go for the walk-in appointment, it's good if you go as early as possible. If you have seen my vlog from the starting, you must have noticed that I reached start meet at 7. The office opened at 7:30 and the timings were also written at their board as well. So when I was going there, I noticed one of the person as well, she also was trying for the walk-in appointment. And when we reached there were a good amount of people in front of us. You must have noticed in the video as well. And they also, some of them came for maybe the walk-in appointment, some of them came to pick up their residence permit as well. But from that line, I went inside to that room, and you also saw that there was an information board. It was written that if you have to ask for an information or for an appointment, you can go to this center. So people were lined up to go or to ask their queries to that center as well. Because when I was in the line as well, I noticed that there were some people who just came to ask some query, or there were some people, actually one of the known person I also met there, who came to pick up his residence permit. So there are people with different cases who come to the Ausländerbehörde office in the city center where you can go for the walk-in appointment. The thing was, he told me that he came at 6 o'clock or maybe before 6 o'clock. And so he also told me that you can try, maybe if you don't get the appointment today, maybe next day you try to come at maybe 5:30 or 6 o'clock, because when he came at 6 o'clock, still there were maybe 10 or 15 people at that time. So I think it's always good to go as early as possible if you are trying for the walk-in appointment. If you have the appointment, then you can go at the desired time or the time that is allotted to you. And then when my turn came, I went inside. They were calling one by one. So when I went inside, I told them my case, that I need to extend my residence permit, and can I have the early appointment, or I need the walk-in appointment. So the person, she was sitting there, and she was very cooperative as well, and she told me that you can have the appointment at 9 o'clock. So as I told before as well, that she also informed me that someone will call your name, so you just wait here. They call by your surname, and then when they call you, you go inside with them with all your documents ready. So now the list of documents that I told, which I read from the mail as well, those documents should be ready with you. Because when my turn came and she said that, okay, Mr. or Herr Joshi, Yoshi actually, you can come inside, I went to that corridor. So there is a corridor, and when you will go inside now, because there is a door, so from there they will come, from any of the door they can come and call your name. And when you go with them, there are several offices there, so several people can have appointments at the same time as well. So I went with the person who called my name. I went inside, and then I sat and in front of them, and they asked me that, first of all, give us the form, the online application form that you must have filled. So I filled that application form. One thing that I want to mention here is that while filling the application form, right, there might be some fields where you can have some doubt, because I had some queries that what should I fill in it. So I did not fill it. I told them that whatever I felt, I know I have filled, and whatever the details I had doubt, I have not filled. So if you require that, just let me know what you require. So it was fine with the person who was sitting there, and she said, okay, we'll let you know if we need any more details. So how much or whatever you can fill in the form, the basic details, maybe regarding your residence permit, maybe regarding your passport details, your name and other details, that you can fill, you can sign, you can can mention the date, but some specific fields where you don't know what to write, you can just leave them blank to be on the safer side. I also carried one more application form blank, just in case if they reject that form and ask me for some other form. So I think this is also one of the recommendations that I can give. After that, they asked me, or she asked me, the person who was sitting there, that you submit all the other required documents to me, like all the documents which were mentioned there. So now I'll once again refer to the list of documents that I have, so that I can tell you one by one which documents or what kind of documents I submitted for it. First of all, for the general requirement, which is written registered main residence in Kaiserslautern, I submitted my city registration document. Although I had only the original document with me and not the photocopy, I asked them when I was submitting that see, this is the original one that I have and I might need that back. So the officer or the person who was sitting there, she told me that don't worry, all the documents we'll take the photocopy and we'll return all the documents to you. So that was good. Second thing which was mentioned, your valid passport, so you must carry your passport. Third thing, completed and signed application form, that she asked in the very starting part, that you first need to submit the application form and they check the fields one by one, and she was marking tick as well when they were verifying that form. So for every page they mark tick. After that, one recent biometric photo. Now for this I had a residence permit because I'm extending it. So they also asked me that you want to keep the same photo or you have a new photo. So even if you want to keep the same photo, you can tell them that okay, the photo which I have in the current residence permit, you can use that for my new resident or extended residence permit as well. Next thing is certificate. Now I'll come to the additional details. Certificate of enrollment. So I took my enrollment certificate or matriculation certificate, which is from the university. I downloaded from the QIS portal and that I took with me. I printed it out. Next thing, proof of health insurance. Now if you have watched yesterday's vlog, you noticed, or you must have noticed, I came to the TK office, which is right here next to this building. If you go from here, then if I go just straight, then here, see, you can notice the TK sign. So this is the TK office where I came yesterday to ask for the health insurance proof document. Although they also informed me that you can download this document from our application as well from the next time. But this time, or yesterday, they gave me that. When I went to their office, I told them that I need a document or a proof, for my residence permit extension. So they asked for my health card. I gave them, and I would say instantly they provided me with this document. So I had now the health insurance proof. The next thing, or the next document, which is proof of livelihood, the blocked account at a German bank, or declaration of commitment on official form, or scholarship certificate. In all cases, this is, I think, also one of the important points, bank statements for the last 3 months. Now you might have this question, because I also had this doubt, that do you need a job contract, like will they ask you? Because when I extended, or when I asked for the residence permit for the first time, then I had blocked account proof or the blocked account document with me. But this time I do not have a blocked account. I have a German bank account in the Commerzbank. So what I did was, to submit all the bank statements, or I would say the last 3 months, for the last 3 months you have to submit the bank statement. I went to the Commerzbank app, I went to the profile. If you have the Commerzbank, then you can also do that. I went to the profile, I went to the post box, and from there you can download month-wise bank statement PDF. So for the last 3 months, that is May, April and March, I downloaded the bank statements and I printed them out. But I still had that doubt, that will they ask for the job contract, that can you show the job contract if you are doing, or how are you managing your funds. Suppose if you do not have a job, then there is one field as well in the application form where you can mention that I'm maybe managing my expenditure from managing my expenses from savings, or if you have a job, then you can carry a job contract as well. I would say it's always good to carry that. But what I carried was the last 3 months bank statement with me, and I provided that. Now one thing happened, that I think somehow or by mistake, I gave them, or the person, the 2 months bank statement, and May was not there. So she asked me that I have only March and April, where is the May one? And then I submitted the May one. I think it was mixed with some of my document, and then I think it was all good. So all they wanted was to see the bank statement for the last 3 months in my case. So this was regarding the proof of livelihood. I hope you got some idea. Next thing was, now you have to pay the fees. One thing, when they were checking all the documents, in my case, she called one of her senior or official to confirm one thing, that for how much time the residence permit would be extended. She talked with the official something, and then she said that we can again extend your residence permit for 2 years. So that's what she wanted to confirm, that because sometimes it might happen that they extend residence permit for 3 months. So but like I submitted all the proofs including the enrollment as well, so she said that we would be extending it for next 2 years. Now the thing that is also important is the payment. So they asked me that since your documents are verified and now we will be extending your residence permit, like checking all the things. One thing that I also want to mention here is that in between as well I was asking some queries to them, and they were very cooperative, supportive. So you can ask your queries, because like I asked some of the queries in English and I think it was fine. So you can either ask in English, or if you know German you can ask in German as well. Now regarding the payment, she said that now you have to pay for your residence permit extension, and the payment that she asked was because I paid by card, my Giro card, so the payment was 93 euros. 93 euros I have to pay. Here one thing I asked to the official, that suppose like you said that we are extending your residence permit for 2 years, but suppose if that is not the case and you are extending it for 3 months, do I also need to pay 93 euros, or it depends on the months, like 30 euros for some other part? But she told that the amount is fixed, so you have to pay 93 euros even if it is getting extended for 2 years or 3 months. Also, suppose till that time if you need a temporary card, they ask for 13 euros more. But in my case, since I have a residence permit which is still valid for some time, so she said maybe you don't need a temporary card, so you can keep it, and once your new residence permit will arrive, then you can collect that. Now one more thing regarding the collection. Now how much time it takes for residence permit to arrive? The official told me this thing, that you expect at least 4 weeks or a month, that and also you will receive a post as well to your post box, that now you can come and collect your like updated or the extended residence permit. So I think you can check as well. As soon as you receive the post, you can go to the office to collect your residence card, or she also said that you can also come early sometime, just to inquire, because as I said in the starting as well, that some people came early as well to collect their residence permit. So you can also, maybe if you have the post, you can just go and ask them that okay, I came here for the residence permit collection. Although till now I have not gone. When I'll receive it, maybe then I'll update you as well. Next thing which is also important at this point is that, so you have extended your residence permit, right? Now what's the time period or the timeline? This question I had because I noticed, suppose if I went on 12th of June, right, and I would say that my residence permit, just as an example, that's not the real case, but suppose June, July, August, maybe my residence permit is valid till 12th of August, right? So from what point will it be extended? Now the thing is, on the day you apply for the extension, from that day it would be counted 2 years, because I also had this doubt, and I asked them that the 2 years that you are extending my residence permit for, so will it be from, suppose in this example, from August to 2 years August, or from the current date? So she informed that it's always extended from the date you apply, or from the day you came here and you are sending us an application. So suppose you came on 12th of June, so we would be giving you the residence, the extended residence permit. The 2 years time period would be from 12th of June 2024 to 12th of June 2026. So this is how it works. So I think this is also one of the important points to keep in mind, that what would be the timeline of the residence permit. It's not like that maybe suppose you have still 6 months left, and 6 months left for your current residence permit, and from then 2 years will be counted. No, if you are going today, from this point 2 years will be counted for your residence permit. Next points that I would like to mention is that I had this maybe you can say the funny question, like I mentioned my height in centimeters, and I was like, maybe it's 1 or 2 centimeters up or down, so is it right if I have mentioned this in the form? She said it's fine if it's some centimeter difference, it's completely fine with us. And one more thing was regarding the documents. Suppose you are taking the original documents with you, right? So what she did, or the official did, was that they took all my documents, they have a printer, they printed the photocopy, they took the photocopy of all the documents, and then they returned me the documents. So I just have to submit them. Even if you are not taking or not carrying the photocopies, I think it's fine, because they take the photocopy right there, right at that point of time. Although I think they keep the form the application form that you give, because it has all the details and they match that with their computer. Some of the details they verify, and also they save it for the future reference as well. And next thing is, I had some queries. So suppose if you have some doubts or some queries, then you can definitely ask to the official, because as I said, the official who was coordinating with me or who was checking my profile for my residence permit extension was very cooperative and also clarified my doubts as well. In case suppose some of the queries they can't clarify instantly, then they ask you to send a mail as well. So I think it's good, you can go. And that's how my walk-in appointment happened. I think it was quite surprising, because when I was going for the walk-in appointment, I was not sure will it happen or not, because some people, like you saw, that came early as well, and sometimes they tell you that okay, you can come another day, you can try another day for the walk-in appointment. But luckily today it happened, and it's good that I submitted my documents now. As they said, maybe in 4 weeks I'll receive the notification to collect the residence permit, and it's good because it takes some time. Although I think there is a service as well for which you have to pay a certain amount if you want to receive residence permit early. It's called the Express. But I think if you have enough time, then you can just wait for your residence permit card or the updated residence permit card. Also, when I left that place, I think there were some people who were like I said, came to collect their residence permit, or came to clarify some of the doubts with the person who was sitting in the information center. So they also speak both in German and English, so you can easily, I think so, talk with them. And the people who are here, or the officials who were here, they are also quite cooperative, because they told me about this walk-in appointment. They told that okay, we can book you this appointment, or you can go for the walk-in appointment. So I think you can come to the university office, ask them, clarify your doubts or queries, and then you can have a good idea about what should be your next step. So certain points to keep in mind is that you come here, if you are able to come here, or if you are a student, or you can connect with them, then you can choose an appointment. You have to confirm, you have to click on a link to confirm the appointment. Then you will get a mail regarding the list of documents. You prepare those documents. You can either go on the date of your appointment, or you can try for the walk-in appointment. When you go for the walk-in appointment, for the fields that you are sure, you can fill those fields, and then you can leave blank and you can ask the official there. But I think it's always good to carry the required documents which are mentioned in the list, because those are, I think, important for your extension. And also to carry a biometric photo if you have. Otherwise you can use the current biometric photo. Like in my case, they asked that we can use your current residence permit photo for your new residence permit extended, which will be extended. And the thing is, the cost for 2 years is 93 euros, which I had to pay. I have the receipt as well. I can't attach that, but it was the case with me. And 13 euros if you want a temporary card. And the amount does not vary based on years or months. If they are extending it for 2 years or 3 months, you have to pay 93 euros. And after paying, one has to wait 4 weeks for residence permit to arrive, the updated one. And also they said that they will send a post that you can come and collect the residence permit. You can try for the walk-in appointment, and also you can take the original documents with you, because they take the photocopy there. So you will get your original documents back. You have some queries, you can ask them. Also, if you have some few centimeter difference in the height, I think that is completely fine, or you can clarify with them. So these were the details. One more last point is that remember that at the main office you can pay by cash or by card, but here you can only pay by card, the branch which is there in the university. So I tried to tell you the detail, my experience of walk-in appointment, what were the documents which are required, in a kind of complete manner, so that you can have an overview or an idea that if you want to extend your residence permit, then what is the procedure, what are the things you have to do, where you have to come, how you have to go, and what can be the process. So that's it for this video, and I hope through this vlog you got some idea regarding my experience in Kaiserslautern, Germany, regarding residence permit extension and walk-in appointment as well. Now I'll end this vlog. Rest like, comment, share, subscribe. It doesn't take much time. Bye bye, ciao ciao, namaste, chalo, see you in new day, new vlog. And also you can go to different playlist and watch different videos according to your interest, as well as I would recommend to watch the videos whose link I'll mention in the description. I think they will be also quite useful for you. Otherwise, if you want to watch vlogs in English, then I have also mentioned in the playlist, in the name as well, the English vlogs, and the other videos have subtitles as well, so you can refer those as well. RPTU Kaiserslautern playlist is also regarding some of the informative videos, so whenever you get time, you can watch that as well. And thanks to each and every person who was involved during this entire process, including the officials, and thank you everyone for taking the time to watch this video. Bye bye.